On the Paper Talk today, we'll have a little update on the takeover. Is there any movement or what? Are we going to see new owners of Manchester United anytime soon? We'll also have updates on the likes of Rasmus Hojlund, on the likes of Onana. Also, a bit of a Mason Greenwood update. Let's check it out. Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's mild. It was a little bit wet before, but now it's dried up, so all is good in the world in sunny Manchester. Right, let's crack on. Loads of stories to get through. Bit of an update on the takeover, if you can call it that. Bit more of the same, to be honest with you, but we'll get into that. Also, the goalkeeper situation. Yeah, there's some I won't say dramas, but there's some intrigue there going on as to what exactly is going on with Manchester United's potential number one. So we'll get into that as well, plus another couple stories too. So make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We've already got to 700,000 subscribers. We want to get to 800,000 subscribers, and with your support, we can get there sooner rather than later. Right, should we start with the takeover? Let's do it the other way around. We usually get to that last, but let's start with that. Story in the Express this morning says Man United takeover. Sir Jim Ratcliffe to work out how to get board approval in new update. It says here that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is basically looking to speak to the board, looking to try and get approval over his attempted takeover of Manchester United, because there were reports last week that he had basically no chance of getting the club with the bid he had in its current guise. If he alters the bid, he might have a chance, but there was apparently reports, or there was reports saying that, or there were reports, that's right, isn't it? There were reports saying that with his plans to just buy the Glazers shares, that upset the other shareholders, and that won't work. They won't have it. They will take legal action. Now, apparently, he is going to the board to try and get around that possibility or around that dilemma. We'll have to see what happens with that one, but it'll be interesting to see whether he can actually get board approval, whether he needs to alter his bid, whether he's still in the running, because there are suggestions that basically he's not even in the running anymore. It's either Sheikh Jassim or the Glazers staying. Those are the two options. However, we have seen several twists and turns during this entire drawn-out process, so who knows, there could be another one. There is also a report on the other side when it comes to Sheikh Jassim. I saw this in the Evening News, I think it was, saying that Sheikh Jassim is preparing documents. Now, this story came from, bear with me here, Football 365 via The Athletic. This was doing the rounds over the weekend, so it's not necessarily new. Now, the idea there is that he's preparing documents in order to get ready to take over Manchester United. That sounds great. You think, wow, this is it, it's happening. However, I'm pretty sure, actually, that it also said that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's preparing documents. Everyone who's interested in buying Manchester United has to prepare documents to take over the club. So it doesn't mean he's necessarily almost there. And we've been burnt before, haven't we, by thinking that a bid or a bidder is about to be successful, only to find out that it's been delayed yet again. It's now been, what, is it nearly 8 months since the Glazers made their announcement, their statement on strategic alternatives? I mean, we're still no closer to seeing them leave than we were in November, and it's really deflating. And I think there's another story in Evening News talking about how Gary Neville had said that deals or the takeover needed to be done in order to affect the transfer window in a positive way, in order to give Erik ten Hag the funds he needs, and that the takeover hasn't been done in time for that. So it is going to affect the summer budget now. There's no way around that, because even if a new owner was announced today, the takeover process itself is going to take at least a couple of months, so by which time the transfer window will probably be shut. So it's just been an absolute farce, and this is what you come to expect when you're dealing with the Glazer family. Anyway, should we talk about something else, because we're liable to get clinically depressed. Mason Mount is due to have his medical today. This is being reported everywhere. I've seen it in the Telegraph, seen it in other papers as well. It's going to be in He's going to be United today, having his medical. Expect an announcement either today or tomorrow that he's officially a Manchester United player. As soon as that happens, of course, we will let you know. But that's the first deal done in the transfer window for Erik ten Hag. Hopefully, the first of at least 3 deals. That's minimum, bare minimum. We know we need a striker and a goalkeeper. I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, Mason Mount signing £55 million plus add-ons. Let us know what you think about that deal. I was saying the other day on the transfer review that I think the deal was okay. I don't sort of share the sentiment that it was an amazing bit of business. I think it's a decent signing and probably paid roughly a fee that keeps both Chelsea and Manchester United happy. But let me know what you think. I'm warming to the idea of Mason Mount. I'm not going to lie. The more I hear about him, the more I hear from Chelsea fans, the more I think we've got a very good player there. Some people are looking at it going, well, look at what City paid for Mateo Kovacic. Look at the fact that Christian Pulisic has been linked with a move away for, I think, 25 million. Mason Mount is a different type of player, and he's a better player than the ones I've mentioned. He's also 24 years old, so he's a lot younger than Kovacic, and he's a better player than Christian Pulisic. He just is. I think if you, whatever metric you want to look at, he's just more effective. So I don't quite buy into the idea that that means United have had our pants pulled down, but you may have other ideas, so get involved in the comments and let us know. Manchester United exploring cheaper alternatives as club can't afford 50 million Andre Onana transfer. This is what the Metro is saying, that United are looking at other alternatives because Inter Milan want 50 million quid for Andre Onana, and United aren't willing to pay that or can't afford to pay that because of FFP, financial fair play, the fact we've got a budget of around 120 million and we may have to sell some players to free up some cash, which we haven't done yet. Well, we've sold a couple of players. We've sold Ethan Laird and also Zidane Iqbal, but I think we need to move on players for bigger fees than we got for those two. So have to wait and see, but I wouldn't close the door on Onana just yet because there's other reports saying that United are still in for Andre Onana. According to the Evening Standard, Manchester United are reportedly still interested in doing a deal for Inter Milan goalkeeper Andre Onana, despite claims the move has collapsed. It has been said the Red Devils do not want to fork out 40 million for the Cameroonian international, even though other reports indicate it could be 50 million, with the Daily Mail stating that Feyenoord's Justin Bijlow, I think this is. It's Bijlow. Now, I pronounced it Bijlow. Oh, it's Bijlow. I think it's Bijlow it's pronounced. So forgive me if I'm getting that completely wrong. I think it is Bijlow. I will get there in the end. It only took me about 9 years to get there with Memphis Depay. Has been identified as an alternative option. Furthermore, Dutch outlets, Voltbal International, have reported that Bijlow wants to move for United, but will be denied the move by the Eredivisie champions who want to offer him a new contract. So we're in for Onana. An alternative is this kid from Feyenoord who may or may not be available. Plus, we've also got the lad, is it Kevin Trapp from Eintracht Frankfurt? I'm getting a nod there from producer Ethan. Yeah, I spoke about him yesterday in my paper talk. He's another one. So United are looking at a few alternatives. And let's not forget, the door has not been closed on David De Gea just yet. He's not signed a new deal, but he hasn't got another club, although he has been linked with a move to Saudi outfit Al Nassr. That's the club that Cristiano Ronaldo went to, and there's reports this morning, I think it was in the Manchester Evening News or one or two other publications, saying that David De Gea could end up going to Al Nassr. We've seen this being reported elsewhere. I've seen it on social media as well. So we'll keep you updated on that. If that does happen, if anything happens with Onana, with the kid from Feyenoord, or with Kevin Trapp, then as always, we will let you know straight away. But it's definitely no secret that Erik ten Hag is looking for a goalkeeper. And that just makes you wonder, where does that leave David De Gea then? If the door's not closed, what's the situation? Are they just waiting to see if they can get one, and he's meant to sit around twiddling his thumbs to see if he's going to be the plan B, which for a goalkeeper who spent 12 years at Manchester United Football Club, including how many times was he player of the year? 4 times was it out of 5? In fact, 4 times in 5 years, sorry. It's not great for him, is it, with whether you're a big David De Gea fan or not. Another story doing the rounds this morning is about Atalanta striker Rasmus Hojlund. Says that United are continuing talks over striker Rasmus Hojlund. This is in the Daily Mail. Says, however, the Serie A club have slapped an £80 million price tag on it. However, price tag on him, sorry, I should say. However, in the Evening News, it says that United are preparing to mount a second bid, believed to be worth around £40 million for Rasmus Hojlund, according to The Sun. They're quoting The Sun. Hashtag don't buy The Sun. Erik ten Hag's side reportedly had a £30 million proposal rejected by Atalanta earlier this week, with the Italian side holding firm on their evaluation of the 20-year-old. So they're saying they want more money. United are saying we're going in with a bid of £40 million. I don't see Atalanta getting anywhere near 86 million quid. Maybe there's a common ground to be found there. We'll have to wait and see, but it'll be interesting because obviously United definitely want him. United have already apparently had one bid rejected, going in with the second one, still lower than what Atalanta are asking, but who knows, there could be a deal to be made there. Just on outgoings as well, Mason Greenwood offered a lifeline by Jose Mourinho. Now, this did the rounds yesterday afternoon, so it was after I did my paper talk, so I didn't have a chance to speak about it. It's in the Mirror. It says Roma are eyeing up a shock move for United striker, or United forward, I should say, Mason Greenwood this summer. It says here that while he remains suspended, Greenwood has been linked with a move away from Old Trafford, and Roma are the latest club to have shown an interest in England international. Jose Mourinho has reached out to the forward about signing him on loan for the 2023-2024 season, despite not playing since January 2022. Now, let me know what you think about this one with Mason Greenwood. It's a weird one. Is that a solution? Doesn't seem like one to me. It seems like just moving a problem, kicking a problem down the road, and you still got to deal with it. However, there is an argument to be made that, well, if he goes to Roma, gets playing football again, people accept him as a footballer again playing for a club, then he comes back to United and all is forgiven. However, I don't think you're addressing the issue there. The only reason you're sending him to Roma is because you don't want to deal with the Mason Greenwood issue yourselves, and I think that's wrong. I think Manchester United needs to make a decision, whether that's him staying at the club, playing for Manchester United, or him getting sold, because Manchester United have done their internal investigation and they're not happy for him to be a Manchester United player. But just simply loaning him out doesn't solve anything, and for me it's a bit of a cop-out. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Don't forget even to check out all the other videos we've got. We'll also have an interview with a journalist later on. Well, not an interview really, he's joining us on the Paddock podcast, so make sure you're checking that out as well, someone from The Athletic. I've been Motty. This has been the Paper Talk outside a pretty mild Old Trafford. Thanks for watching.